So, and here we go. All right, calling numbers 313-778-7600. 313-778-7600 is the calling number if you have a question or comment. Welcome to the African History Network show right here on 910 a.m. the Superstation of Future Radio. I'm your host, Brother Michael M. Hotep. It is Monday, March 28th, 2022, and we are live. Hope everybody's doing well today. Well, I was not going to talk about this, and we're broadcasting on our social media platforms now, the African History Network on Facebook and Michael M. Hotep on YouTube. So after I finished Sunday's show, you know, we're on 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here, I tuned into the Oscars. And I was seeing some reports on social media that Will Smith hit Chris Rock. And some of the reports were a little murky. And originally, I wasn't even going to talk about this topic on today's show because I don't deal with a whole lot of drama and he said, she said, and all this stuff. I don't deal with a lot of that stuff here on this show. But because Will Smith apologized to Chris Rock, I said, okay. We'll talk about this some on this show. Now, we ain't going to do a whole show on this. Okay. I have other topics to deal with. But we're going to talk about this. Will Smith officially apologizes to Chris Rock. Will Smith posted on Instagram. We're going to show you the post. And he called his behavior inexcusable. He called his behavior unacceptable and inexcusable. Okay. He said violence in all forms is poisonous and destructive. And this was, people have to understand, this was being viewed internationally. I watched the unedited footage of what happened from Japan. This is not just broadcast in the U.S. This is broadcasted internationally. We're going to talk about this. And I posted on Facebook. I didn't post a whole lot about this. I'm not in all this drama. Now, some people thrive on drama. Okay, that's what you have to do. Then go ahead and do that. I'm a historian. I don't have to do that. All right. And we're going to look at some of the Facebook posts I did. I posted one to give some background information dealing with Jada Pinkett Smith because Jada does have alopecia. And I forgot, I knew she had something with her hair. I knew it was some ailment or something. I didn't remember exactly what it was, but I posted an article from NBC News also that dealt with Jada having alopecia. Okay, so we're going to talk about this now. What Will Smith did that overshadowed some other things that took place at the Grammys. For instance, Questlove won for Best Documentary for Summer of Soul. Okay, and that was the award that Chris Rock was announcing the winner of. Okay, that was the category that Chris Rock was announcing the winner of. So we're going to talk about this a little bit, but a broader conversation we'll have is dealing with brothers working it out, not this conflict. A lot of people thrive on conflict. This is one of the reasons why a lot of us can't progress further than we have, because people want to see conflict. I'm not saying either one of them do, but a lot of people just want to see conflict and talk mess. Okay. And that has a lot to do with what's going on the inside with them and who they are, et cetera. And they're unhappy with themselves. So they want to bring everybody else down, talk about everybody else. Secondly, on Sunday's show, you know, we talked about the Black News Channel announcing that they are shutting down Princelle Hare, the chief executive officer of the Black News Channel. We know they announced on Friday that they were going off the air. Well, there was a story, and we talked about this on yesterday's show, and I was on Roland Martin Unfiltered on Friday. We talked about this in depth on Roland's show on Friday. There was a story, I made reference to this on our Sunday show, but there was a story from December that talked about the Black News Channel was laying off people from late December 2021. The Black News Channel was laying off people right before Christmas. Okay. And we're going to talk a little bit about that because this is one of the ways we knew that they were really, really in trouble. And once again, it's a shame that they're folding. Hopefully something can be salvaged from this also. And hopefully a new company will emerge that's better. But we're going to look at that as well. And then today, now I also posted on my Facebook fan page, The African History Network, dealing with Lupita Nyong'o's documentary on warrior women. Lupita Nyong'o's documentary, Warrior Women. And it's about the Amazons of Dahomey, the real life African female warriors who the Dora Milaje from Black Panther are based upon. That's why I'm wearing one of my Black Panther shirts today also. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. That aired today, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Smithsonian Channel. Okay, on the Smithsonian Channel. And I watched some of it. I recorded it. I was preparing some, doing research for today's show. So we're going to talk about this some more on tomorrow's show as well. All right. Lupita Nyong'o's documentary, Warrior Women. We'll talk a little bit about that. All right. So on the African History Network show, we focus on educating, empowering, and inspiring people of African descent throughout the diaspora and around the world, because right now it's correct your own behavior. What you do for yourself, what you do to yourself, and what you allow other people to do to you and get away with is based upon what you think about yourself. What you think about yourself is based upon what you've been taught about yourself. What you've been taught about yourself is based upon everything you've read, heard, and seen about yourself. Okay, so give us a thumbs up, give us a heart, give us a like on this broadcast. We have some new people watching. Follow us on our social media platforms. Turn on live notifications so you know when we go live. So this piece came out from the Hollywood Reporter this afternoon. Will Smith apologizes to Chris Rock in Instagram post, calls behavior unacceptable and inexcusable. Quote, violence in all forms is poisonous and destructive, Will Smith wrote one day after slapping the comedian on stage during the Oscars. Now, keep in mind, and I'm not going to show any of the video, things like that. We don't do sensationalism here, so I'm not going to show that. But going back and reviewing all this, Chris Rock told one joke, okay, about Jada Pinkett Smith. He told one joke. Now, Jada has alopecia. Back in she was diagnosed in 2018 with alopecia. There's a good article that I posted on our Facebook fan page, The African History Network, that got over 1,700 likes. We posted this last night. How Jada Pinkett Smith is uplifting Black women with alopecia. The actress recently took to Instagram to reveal the challenges associated with her hair loss. Okay. And once again, I remember something about her hair loss, some ailment or something. I couldn't remember exactly what it was, but we just start reading more about alopecia and how painful it is. And she is trying to draw more attention to it and educate more people about alopecia. The actress Jada Pinkett Smith revealed alopecia diagnosis in 2018. And since then, she's been embracing challenges of the condition and publicly displaying evidence of hair loss with confidence and candor. And I've seen some episodes of the Red Table Talk. I don't watch it every week or what have you, but I've seen some episodes when she have a scarf on and things like this. And I remember something about her hair, but I thought she was trying to be stylish or what have you. But I didn't know how painful alopecia can be as well till I read this article. Now this article came out January 7th, 2022. January 7th, 2022. After the Oscars Sunday night, NBC News reposted this article on their Facebook page. I saw it and I shared it on our Facebook pages also. So people have been reading this. Last month, she released a video on Instagram to talk about a new patch of baldness caused by alopecia, a condition that causes drastic hair loss, which has almost 2 million views, shows a smiling Pinkett Smith acknowledging the discovery. We'll talk about this on the other side of the break. We'll talk about the apology, etc. We'll talk about the Black News Channel and Lupita Nyong'o. You listen to the African History Network show right here on 910 AM Superstation Future Radio. I'm your host, Brother Michael Imhotep. We'll be back in a few minutes. Jeanette Davis is a well-established author with 6 published books. Black Survival in White America from Past History to the Next Century was published in 1995, and it delves into the history of African Americans before slavery up to contemporary times. The Great Divide Between Blacks and Whites was released in 2008, and her autobiography, Black Just Like My Mama, was published in 2010. Soulful Journey, The Business of Beings, was released in December 2021, and her 2 latest books, Echoes from the Heart, Love Throws Poetry, and Master Being Human, were both published in January of 2022. Jeanette Davis' writings delve deeply into the psyche of Black people from ancient to contemporary times. She cuts no corners and leaves no stones unturned in relating truth, letting the chips fall where they may on both African and European doorsteps. Order Jeanette Davis's books today at Amazon.com. Search for Jeanette Davis and get to know her work today.
Mental health and well-being have long been a taboo subject in the so-called African American community. So I enlisted the help of mental health experts, thought leaders, and activists to help kill the ghost of Willie Lynch and heal from post-traumatic slave syndrome.
We experience trauma a lot of times on a subconscious level. So sometimes something happens to us and we know that it's traumatizing, but we don't really recognize the extent of the trauma.
Welcome back to the African History Network show right here on 910 AM, the Superstation, the Future Radio. I'm your host, Brother Michael Imhotep. It is Monday, March 28th, 2022, and we are live. Calling numbers 313-778-7600. 313-778-7600 is the calling number if you have a quick question or comment. This is only a 1-hour show, Monday through Friday. Sundays, we're on 2 hours, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so we're going to deal with this briefly here, continue this discussion. And I wasn't going to talk about this until the apology came out, because I'm not going to dwell on violence and sensationalism, stuff like that. Okay, but right before the break, we were talking about this article from NBC News that came out January 2022 that talked about Jada Pinkett Smith and her battles with alopecia. Okay, and so I posted this article last night. NBC News reposted this article after the Oscars, and I saw it after it was up for about 14 minutes, and I shared it on our social media pages. And one of the things, going through reading some of the comments from people, is that they said they didn't know Jada had alopecia. Now, also, I think it's highly possible that even though Chris Rock knows Will and Jada, it's possible that he did not know that she had alopecia. Okay. Otherwise, he probably would not have made a joke about her being in G.I. Jane 2, which doesn't exist, but it was in reference to her bald head. All right. So if we go back and look at this here quickly, just a second here. All right. So last month, which would have been December 2021, Jada released a video on Instagram to talk about a new patch of baldness caused by alopecia, which is a condition that causes drastic hair loss. The video, which has almost 2 million views, it has over 2 million views now because I watched it last night, shows a smiling Pinkett Smith acknowledging the discovery. Quote, look at this line right here, she says, who's 50 years old. She said as she pointed to her scalp. Now, this is going to be a little more difficult for me to hide. So I thought I just share it so y'all not asking any questions, but mama's got to put some rhinestones in there, and I'm going to make me a little crown. Okay, and here she is bald, and actually I'm not going to play the audio, but there's a point in here where you see, okay, she's showing it right there. Right. Okay, so you see it right there, and you see the patch going across her head vertically. All right, so this is what she was talking about. So it's been viewed, it's been viewed over 2 million times now. Now, this is something that I learned. I know Representative Ayanna Pressley has alopecia, and she lost her hair, and she lost her hair. She's bald. She looks beautiful bald. She looks like she could be one of the Dora Milaje from Black Panther, one of the African female warriors who sits on the throne of Wakanda. But in reading this, I learned about how much it affects African American women. And I heard before that one of the causes of it can be wearing the braids too tightly, and they pull on the hair follicles and damage the hair follicles. Like Jada Pinkett Smith, many women of color experience alopecia. According to a 2016 survey of 5,594 Black women, 47.6% of respondents said they experienced hair loss. According to a 2016 survey of 5,594 African-American women, 47.6% of respondents said they experienced hair loss. A majority of respondents who experience hair loss do not seek help from medical professionals and often go undiagnosed, according to the report. Okay. A nurse's health study conducted in 2018 found there was an increased likelihood of alopecia areata in Black and Hispanic women compared to white women. All right. Now, Jada Pinkett Smith is among the notable women of color who have broken their silence about hair loss, including Representative Ayanna Pressley, a Democrat from Massachusetts, who revealed she had alopecia in 2020. Hearing celebrities share their stories inspires those like 43-year-old Mabel Peralta, who was diagnosed in 2014 with alopecia, an autoimmune disorder that causes unpredictable patchy baldness on different areas of the body. An autoimmune disorder that causes unpredictable patchy baldness on different areas of the body. Okay, so this is a picture here of Mabel Peralta, and she's wearing a wig. Okay, and then somewhere in here they also show her bald as well. Mabel Peralta is an Afro-Latino that said growing up, hair was a primary focus in her Dominican culture. When she began losing her hair, she said she felt like less of a woman and struggled to cope. Okay, read the rest of this article, because I posted this to get background information, because I didn't know that alopecia I knew it was related to hair loss, but I didn't know it was an autoimmune disorder. I didn't know it could be very painful, things like this. I learned that from reading that article. Okay, that's why I shared it on our Facebook page. Okay, now if we go back to the apology, now this piece is from Hollywood Reporter, and actually I want to pull this up. Let me see. We'll pull this up on Will Smith's Instagram page as well. Let's see if we can zoom in on this. All right, so and we'll go ahead and follow Big Willie on I follow Chris Rock on Instagram. I follow Jada Pinkett Smith also. I don't know why I didn't follow Will. So I just follow Will Smith as well. So let's look at this here. Will Smith posted, "Violence in all forms is poisonous and destructive. My behavior at last night's Academy Awards was unacceptable and inexcusable. Jokes at my expense are part of the job, but a joke about Jada's medical condition was too much for me to bear, and I reacted emotionally. It goes on to say, I would also like to apologize to the Academy, to producers of the show, all the attendees, and everyone watching around the world. I would like to apologize to the Williams family and my King Richard family. I deeply regret that behavior has stained what has been an otherwise gorgeous journey for all of us. I'm a work in progress. Let me go back. Okay, this part here. Sorry, I missed this bottom part because I knew he apologized to Chris Rock also. So in the first panel, he goes on to say, "I would like to publicly apologize to Chris. I was out of line and I was wrong. I was out of line and I was wrong. I am embarrassed, and my actions were not indicative of the man I want to be. There is no place for violence in a world of love and kindness." And so I started, my show is 2 hours on Sunday. So I started watching, I usually don't watch the Oscars, but Will Packer was heading up the production this year. I knew Regina Hall was one of the co-hosts. Regina Hall is fine as hell. So I said, okay, look, I'm going to tune in for a few minutes and see what's going on. All right. So then Will Smith, now remember that Will Smith was up for Best Actor for King Richard. Okay. And so I watched some of it, and then I saw Will Smith's acceptance speech as well. And his acceptance, I don't know how long it was. It seemed like about 10 minutes, something like that. But he apologized in the acceptance speech. He shed tears, and he talked about he wants to be a light of love and things like this point in his life, etc. Okay. So very quickly here, we're coming up here on a break. You can give us a quick call if you have a question or comment. 313-778-7600 is the calling number if you have a question or comment. So the joke that set Will Smith off, okay, and I think is beyond just this joke. Yes, because we know Jada's been struggling with alopecia, but there's probably some deeper seated things in their relationship that also set him off as well. The shocking moment at Sunday's Oscar ceremony came after Chris Rock made a joke about Will Smith's wife, Jada Pinkett Smith. So they were sitting in the front row. Lupita Nyong'o appears she was at the table because she was sitting like right behind them. They were sitting in the front row. Chris Rock suggested Pinkett Smith was getting ready to film a sequel to G.I. Jane, which was seemingly a reference to the actress' shaved head. Pinkett Smith has been open about her hair loss due to alopecia. Okay. And Will Smith walks up on stage, and Chris Rock sees him coming. And Chris Rock says, uh-oh. Okay. But Chris Rock stands there and has his hands behind his back because he's holding like the card with the nominations, the nominees. He's holding them and he's smiling. And then Will hauls off and slaps him, turns around, walks back. Now, Will's lucky that Chris Rock didn't kick him in his back or kick him upside his head or something like that, or hit him back. He's lucky. And some people are saying if that had been Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Will Smith wouldn't have gone up on stage and hit him. But hopefully this is a teachable moment for some people, because you have to also be able to control your emotions, because what happened overshadowed Will Smith winning for Best Oscar. This is something Will Smith has been wanting to do, win for Best Oscar for decades. And what happened and him losing control in that moment overshadowed him winning for Best Oscar and making history also. There's only been 4 African Americans to win in the category of Best Oscar before Will Smith. We'll continue this on the other side of the break. We're going to talk about the Black News Channel some more. Because there were signs even back in late December 2021 that they were having real problems. We're going to talk about that. And we'll talk about Lupita Nyong'o, who was in Black Panther. We'll talk about her documentary that aired today on the Smithsonian Channel, Warrior Women. You're listening to the African History Network show. I'm Michael Imhotep. We'll be back in a few minutes.
The work that I do is larger than the fashion industry. It's larger than the art world. And I believe that I was born to bring newness into this world. I'm Kaima McIntyre. I'm 24 years old and I'm an artist. I create everything from paintings to jewelry design, metaphysical jewelry to be specific, and fashion design. The only reason why my prom dress went viral is because people needed it. Within a few days of going viral, Notori Naughton reached out to me and she's like, I saw your dress, can you make me a dress? I was equally as shocked to be asked by a celebrity to design their dress at the age of 17. That's just one person, and the list just continues to go on, to Janet Jackson, to Tyra Banks. It really hits home. That means that the discussion is happening on the grounds in real time.
Jeanette Davis is a well-established author with 6 published books. Black Survival in White America from Past History to the Next Century was published in 1995, and it delves into the history of African Americans before slavery up to contemporary times. The Great Divide Between Blacks and Whites was released in 2008, and her autobiography, Black Just Like My Mama, was published in 2010. Soulful Journey, The Business of Beings, was released in December 2021, and her 2 latest books, Echoes from the Heart, Love Throws Poetry, and Master Being Human, were both published in January of 2022. Jeanette Davis' writings delve deeply into the psyche of Black people from ancient to contemporary times. She cuts no corners and leaves no stones unturned in relating truth, letting the chips fall where they may on both African and European doorsteps. Order Jeanette Davis's books today at Amazon.com. Search for Jeanette Davis and get to know her work today.
STEM Forward, helping our community find their place in the emerging fields of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Join us for our monthly live stream on our website, stemforwardedu.org. Watch, subscribe, share. Also join our mailing list to stay up to date with STEM resources and opportunities. STEM Forward, the future is now. Watch, subscribe, share.
On the African History Network show, we deal with current events in history and politics, education, economic empowerment, entrepreneurship, relationships, love, sex, health issues, and much, much more. Unfortunately, many people confuse what racism is. Racism is a power structure. There was laws and policies that put us in this predicament. There's going to be laws and policies that take us out. So when you control the radius of a man or woman's thoughts, you can control the compass of his or her actions, because the mind can't do or teach what it doesn't know.
We have it all on 910 AM Superstation. 910, the Superstation, Detroit's only African-American talk radio.
Welcome back to the African History Network show right here on 910 AM, the Superstation, the Future Radio. I'm your host, Brother Michael M. Hotep. It is Monday, March 28th, 2022, and we are live. All right, we're celebrating. We're going to go back, finish up this topic here dealing with Will Smith and Chris Rock. And then we're going to talk about the Black News Channel some more. We are celebrating our 12th year anniversary of me broadcasting the African History Network show. I started first broadcasting the African History Network show in March 10th, 2010. It's been 12 years, and these 12 years have gone by quickly. If you like this type of information, you can support the African History Network, $, the AHN show through Cash App, $, the AHN show through Cash App, also through PayPal, paypal.me / the AHN show, paypal.me / the AHN show. And we have the information at our website, also AfricanHistoryNetwork.com. It's right on the homepage of the website. So this helps us keep doing the research, stay on the air, keep broadcasting, pay some of the bills, etc. This is our official Cash App account, $, the AHN show, SHOW. When you go to it, it says Michael, shows my picture there. These other ones are fake African History Network Cash App accounts. I did not set those up. I'm still trying to get those shut down. All right. And you can, I teach online history classes on the weekends, on Saturdays, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, ancient Kemet, the Moors, and the Maafa. Understanding the transatlantic slave trade, what they didn't teach you in school. This class is on sale $60, regularly $130. We deal with thousands of years of history and what leads up to the transatlantic slave trade taking place. The other class I teach days, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. from the Civil War to the Civil Rights Movement and Black Power, 1865 to 1968. So we look at history basically from 1803 with the Louisiana Purchase and the Haitian Revolution to the all the way up to the Civil War, and then Civil War, Reconstruction, Jim Crow era, Great Migration, World War I, World War II, Civil Rights Movement, Black Power Movement. Okay, so so next classes are Saturday, April 2nd, and Sunday, April 3rd. We have a bundle pack, you can register for both classes for $100. That's a $260 value. Now, we do the sessions live. All the sessions are archived and recorded. You don't have to be present in class. You can watch from around the world. You can watch anytime also. So a year from now, if you want to go back and watch the entire course, you'll still have full access. You can do that. All right. Okay, so check that out. All right, now, I want to go back to this topic here. And once again, the calling number is 313-778-7600. We have any callers, Shakita? Let me know. So if we go back to the story here from Hollywood Reporter, and I'm glad Will Smith put out this official apology, okay, because this needed to happen. And then after he slapped Chris Rock, he turned around, went back to his seat, and he said twice, keep my wife's name out your effing mouth, okay? And he was loud, and you could read his lips. Now, I watched the version from Japan, because what happened was in the U.S., they cut the sound, like right when he slapped him, they cut the sound, okay, that was broadcasting in the U.S., but in other countries, they didn't cut the sound. Okay, so the version I saw was what aired in Japan, and you could hear everything. If you read this article here from Huffington Post, and I'm not going to show any other video, but if you read this article here from Huffington Post, they have a footage of the video that aired in Japan. Will Smith hits Chris Rock on Oscar stage. Get my wife's name out your effing mouth. Okay. There's a joke in there somewhere, but we ain't going to go there. All right. So check that out also. All right. This is from Huffington Post, and they have a footage of the video that aired in Japan. Okay. So back to this. Let me see. Okay. So then they have Will Smith's apology in here as well. So they have Will Smith's apology in here also. He apologized to now he portrayed King Richard, and when you can watch his acceptance speech on YouTube. In his acceptance speech, he talked about wanting to protect your family and sometimes going too far and things like this. And he said, this is something that Richard Williams, Serena and Venus's father, did. And he said he was acting like, he was joking. He said, I was acting like Richard Williams as well and going too far, etc. But he said jokes at my expense are part of the job, but a joke about Jada's medical condition was too much for me to bear, and I reacted emotionally. Okay, so you can read the rest of this. Hopefully a lot of people will learn from this, because the other thing is, now Chris Rock has refused to press charges. Okay, LAPD got involved. Chris Rock has refused to press charges. Earlier on Monday, the Academy, okay, the Oscar Academy, the Academy Awards, the Academy condemned Will Smith's actions, and they launched a formal review into the matter and scheduled a meeting of the full Academy Board of Governors for this Wednesday. In a statement, the Academy said it will explore further action and consequences in accordance with our bylaws, standards of conduct, and California law. Now, Chris Rock has already said he doesn't want to press charges. And also Richard Williams, I read an article, Richard Williams, Serena Venus's father, posted a comment. He put out a statement as well. He said, we don't know all the details of what happened, but we don't condone anyone hitting anyone else unless it is self-defense. All right, so check out the rest of this. This is from Hollywood Reporter, and NBC News has an article on this also. All right, I want to go to this second story. Okay, how's everybody doing? Give us a thumbs up. Give us a heart if you like this broadcast. Follow us on our social media platforms, our Facebook fan page, The African History Network. Turn on live notifications so you know when we go live. Follow me on my YouTube channel, Michael M. Hotep. Turn on live notifications because people don't get notified when we go live. And also follow me on Instagram as well, The AHN Show on Instagram. On Sunday, we dealt with this big story of the Black News Channel shutting down for good. And I watch the Black News Channel every day. I know some of the panelists that are on the Black News Channel. I know your Dito all day that hosts Making the Case 9 p.m. on the Black News Channel. And some of the panelists, some of the experts, they're panelists on Roland Martin Unfiltered as well. Sometimes we're on panels together. All right. So this article here, now this is from December 18th, 2021. This is from thegrio.com. Black News Channel announces layoffs right before Christmas. Black News Channel, I'm going to close out this ad. I hate all these ads they have. Black News Channel announces layoffs right before Christmas. The Black News, this is December 18th, 2021. Okay. The Black News Channel offers 24/7 coverage of news, sports, and entertainment. All right. And we're going to go to this article here from the Wrap because I can't close out the video and I can't deal with all these videos. Black News Channel announces layoffs right before Christmas. The Griot picked up this article from the Wrap, which came out December 17th, 2021. So I have been hearing about problems at the Black News Channel. And once again, this is a big loss, so I'm not making fun of them or anything like this. I've been hearing of problems at the Black News Channel. In addition to what I said yesterday, this one here goes in and it talks about, let's see, Black News Channel, which is known as BNC, announced layoffs Friday, just days before the Christmas holiday. Okay, just days before the Christmas holiday. This statement is from Princell Hare, who is the CEO of the Black News Channel. He said, I'm reaching out to you today with some very unfortunate news about a reduction in our workforce, said President and CEO Princell Hare in an internal memo obtained by the Wrap. He said, as you know, throughout the course of the year, and let me see, can you all see this? Let me take that off. All right, hold on. Okay. He said, as you know, throughout the course of the year, we have been expanding at a rapid rate. At the same time, the U.S. economy is facing some tough challenges, several of which are heavily impacting the media industry, several of which are heavily impacting the media industry and the revenue streams that fuel our emerging enterprise. I am incredibly proud of this team and all that we have built and accomplished. Your work has been outstanding, but we have reached a point where a considerable adjustment is needed in order to protect the health of our business and keep BNC moving forward. It was, end quote, it was not immediately clear how many staffers will be impacted by the cuts, but BNC employs roughly 300 people. So this is from December 2021, roughly 300 people. So then they had to lay off people. They were trying to keep from having to shut down. So they took measures right before Christmas 2021, but it wasn't enough. We're going to continue this on the other side of the break. And then we'll talk about Lupita Nyong'o's documentary, Warrior Women, which deals with the real African female warriors of Dahomey that the Dora Milaje in the film Black Panther were based upon. You listen to the African History Network show. I'm Michael M. Host. Abundant Capital Group is a real estate investment company with over 20 years of experience in real estate. They specialize in two areas of real estate. One, they solve real estate problems with creative financing solutions that give the seller the most money for their property. And two, they show individuals how to get a higher rate of return on their investment capital with real estate note investing. If you are looking to sell or need to sell your property, here is what they provide. Market value offer, even if you have little or no equity. They typically pay all closing costs, which can be thousands of dollars. They close on a date of the seller's choosing, and the seller does not have to be out of the house at the time of closing. They take the property in an as-is condition, and the seller is not required to make any repairs. Give them a call or email them today for a free consultation and see how they can help you with your real estate needs. Call them at 973-475-8488. That's 973-475-8488. Visit their website, abundantcapitalgroup.com. That's abundantcapitalgroup.com. And email them at acg@abundantcapitalgroup.com. Follow them on Instagram and Facebook at Abundant Capital Group.
What does self-care mean to you? To us, it's an opportunity to reconnect with nature. A chance to create something remarkable. At Sage and Elm Apothecary, our handcrafted skincare and household products immerse you in Earth's sweetest nectar, connecting you to nature in a way you never imagined. See for yourself and visit us at sageandelmapothecary.com.
Prince Hare put out a statement. I was on Roland Martin Unfiltered on Friday, right before Roland went live. He confirmed. Prince Hare said that he got Shahid Khan, who's the principal investor, the main investor. He got Shahid Khan to commit to paying that last payment, that March 25th payment, because that payment was missed. That March 25th direct deposit for the employees was missed. Shahid Khan, who's the owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars, is pulling out, and he's not spending any more money. So watch our show from Sunday, because I went in depth into this. Our show on Sunday is 2 hours. The word Kemet, Kemet, to 22828 to sign up for our email newsletter also. Welcome back to the African History Network show right here on 910 AM, the Superstation, the Future Radio. I'm your host, Brother Michael M. Hotep. It is Monday, March 28th, 2022. I know we have a lot of new viewers for our show. I just want to let you know, we're here Monday through Friday, 11 p.m. to midnight Eastern Standard Time, the African History Network show, and then Sundays, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So follow us on social media, the African History Network, and Michael M. Hotep on YouTube. Turn on live notifications so you know when we go live. Sign up for our email newsletter. Text the word Kemet, Kemet, to 22828. To sign up for our email newsletter as well. So you'll get information from me. I'll let you know when we go live. You'll find out about my classes, where I'm speaking, things like this. Okay. All right. I want to go back to the story here dealing with the Black News Channel. And maybe you all will call in tomorrow night to our show also, because Shakita's at the radio station and she's operating the boards. So back in December 2021, the Black News Channel announced layoffs. Okay. The Rap.com has this piece. Black News Channel announces layoffs right before Christmas. This is from December 17th, 2021. Upstart cable news network geared toward Black viewers has been struggling in the ratings, One of the problems is, as we talked about yesterday, they went on this hiring spree and hired more journalists. They hired some high-paid hosts of the shows, things like this. They meant well, but the revenue wasn't there to sustain the hiring, to sustain the expansion. Okay. Now, in ratings ranking, okay, all 124 cable channels in 2021, the Black News Channel, BNC, tied with Comedy.TV, which is owned by Byron Allen, tied for second to last place with an average of 4,000 viewers throughout the year, beating only BIN Sports. Okay. In comparison, the highest rated cable channel out of all 124 is Fox News, the Fox News White Nationalist TV, Fox News. Fox News is the highest rated cable channel out of 124 cable channels. With Fox News averaged 2.36 million primetime viewers each evening in 2021. Okay. Trump TV, White Nationalist TV, Fox News, owned by Rupert Murdoch, the same person who owns Fox TV station as well. Okay. Rupert Murdoch, the same Rupert Murdoch that owns the Wall Street Journal. that Rupert Murdoch. Quote, many employees agree the ratings could have been better had the network spent money on promotions. People don't watch when they don't know a network exists, the BNC staffer said. Now, this was one of the problems, because when I posted about them going out of business and shutting down, they're filing for bankruptcy. Okay. When I posted about this last Friday, March 25th, a lot of people commented on the thread and commented on the article. Some of my followers here on Facebook, and they said they did not know the Black News Channel existed. Now, obviously, they don't listen to the African History Network show, don't watch us, because I share content from the Black News Channel here on the network, on the show. But a lot of people didn't know because they didn't do a good job of advertising, promoting the Black News Channel. The channel offered 24/7 news, sports, and entertainment coverage. The Tallahassee, Florida-based network is available in more than 50 million U.S. homes via linear systems, the network says on its website. Okay. Former Oklahoma Republican Congressman J.C. Watts, a veteran broadcast executive Bob Brilliante launched the network in February 2020 after over a decade of planning. Shahid Khan, nicknamed Shad, who owns the NFL's Jacksonville Jaguars, he's Pakistani-American, has invested a reported $50 million in the channel and now holds a majority stake. Okay, so he was the majority owner when he came in, because J.C. Watts went to a number of different people trying to get investment in the Black News Channel. Okay, finally it was Shahid Khan who stepped up and invested $50 million. Now, my thing was, I don't know the structure of the deal, all this stuff. My thing was, all these African-American millionaires and a handful of billionaires, it's sad that J.C. Watts could not get $50 million from them. He couldn't get 10 millionaires to put 5 on it. Okay, so that's, I said this last night. That's sad. So read the rest of this article here from the rap.com. Also, the Griot had one, but I couldn't close out the ad, so I didn't use that one. One of the mistakes that they made, and I didn't get a chance to get to this last night, we ran out of time. They expanded, Prince El Hair expanded the programming to 17 hours of live programming. Okay, starting at, I think it was 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. with Sherry and Mike. Start your day with Sharon and Mike. Okay. Well, the problem is during the daytime, after your morning show, and then midday, cable news, you don't have a lot of people watching, and you're wasting money with live coverage. Your live coverage, they had people, they meant well. They had quality programs. They had content, and you can go to their YouTube channel. You can go to their YouTube channel. I think it's BNC. Or Black News Channel on YouTube. You go to their YouTube channel, they still have the clips up. You can look at the content and see they were covering stories that mainstream media doesn't cover, and they were covering stories that pertain to the African American community. BNC News, that's what it is. They have 137,000 followers. Okay, BNC News. But if they had ran their morning show 6 to 10, and then focused on prime time, 7 p.m. to 11 p.m., and run live shows then, and overnight you could re-air your primetime shows just like MSNBC does before MSNBC became Ukrainian TV and starts bringing in Sky News from the UK from 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. Okay, because I watch them also, MSNBC all day. You could have ran your 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. shows overnight up until your 6 a.m. show runs 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Then you could have reran your 6 a.m. morning show. You could have reran that during the day at least once. You can have some best of content from your shows your primetime shows that night. You could run congressional hearings, things like this from C-SPAN as well. And you could have saved a lot of money. The other problem was, and Roland said this on Roland Martin Unfiltered as well on Friday when I was on the panel, is they should have started as a digital network first, streaming, as opposed to a linear cable network, because it's much more expensive to be a cable network. But there were some mistakes. They meant well. They had good topics. I didn't agree with everything there, but they had some good topics and coverage of topics that you don't find in mainstream media. Okay, those watching on Facebook and YouTube, keep watching. We're out of time here on 910 AM Superstation WFDF. We're going to keep going for a few more minutes on my social media platforms, The African History Network on Facebook, Michael M. Hotep on YouTube. Remember, right now is correct. Wrong behavior is not over till we win Wakanda forever. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Peace. Okay, stand by. All right. Okay, so we're broadcasting. So we're on my social media platforms. Maybe tomorrow we'll simulcast on Blog Talk Radio, because I have a Blog Talk Radio channel as well. And people on Blog Talk can hear on Blog Talk. But then after we're done for 1 hour on 910, you can still call in through my Blog Talk Radio lines, because I have a whole Blog Talk Radio channel I've had for 12 years. And that's where we upload our audio podcasts, because we're on 10 different audio podcast platforms also. Download the iHeartRadio app and search for the African History Network show. Okay, so I made some notes here. I just want to go look at things I did not talk about on my Sunday show. Okay. Okay, so that was the main thing. All right. And I want to look back at this article here from the Griot, make sure I got everything. They picked it up from the Wrap. Read the article from the LA Times that we talked about on yesterday's show that really gets into the Black News Channel, really gets into it. Because on Sunday's show, I didn't get a chance to get into what happened in December 2021. That's how I really knew something was going on. Okay, so we talked about this article here on Sunday's show, Shad Khan's Black News Channel shutting down. This is from the LA Times. They have an extensive article on this March 25th, 2022. And okay, $50 million investment. And I made notes here. I just want to make sure I got to everything. So now their viewership increased. We know that for the Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson hearings, they had their best ratings ever. The average audience for BNC was less than 10,000 viewers, according to Nielsen data, though it had been growing in recent months. Okay. And where is that? Okay. Okay. Means BNC. So BNC had a staff of 230 after they downsized from December 2021. Okay, this is page 4 of the article. I made notes, but I could not get to everything on Sunday. So I just want to make sure I get to this here. Okay, so the average audience for BNC was fewer than 10,000 viewers. And this is something that I said yesterday and last Friday on Roland Martin Unfiltered. When you go and you look at there was a problem with their marketing strategy. There was a big problem with their marketing strategy, because I talked to so many people who said if they had known that there was a Black News Channel, they would have supported it. Okay, if they had known there was a Black News Channel, they would have supported it. And when you go and you look at a lot of their videos on YouTube, I'm on their YouTube channel right now. You look at a lot of these videos. Okay, so they have 137,000 subscribers. A lot of their videos have under 1,000 views or under 2,000 views, which didn't make sense to me. Okay, so it's something wrong with their marketing strategy. All right, and Dr. Mark Lamont Hill, Black News Tonight, man, he would cover news from the African diaspora. He would cover news of what's going on in African countries, and news that you don't see on MSNBC and CNN. Okay, but yeah, so you look at this, a lot of these under 1,000 views. Okay, so there has to be, this is something that we have to learn from. So the next network, whether it's Roland Martin, Roland knows what to do, but if it's another network that has some big pocket, that has some larger investors or some people who can put in millions of dollars and things like this and grow it, we have to learn from the mistakes that were made at the Black News Channel. but they still have good content there. I encourage you, go watch those videos. They have good content, and there's going to be some videos that I go there. I would watch them every day. Number one. Two, I'll go there, and some of that content, I'll take that and do shows about it, and do research based upon some of their interviews, etc. Okay. Yeah. So, and then they also they brought on some. When they expanded to 17 hours, they added new shows and they brought on some larger names as well. Because I remember when Aisha Moody Mills came on, her show just started up in the last few months. Amplified, that comes on 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. And then I want to go back to this last portion here of the article. Where is it? Right here. Okay, bottom of page 4. Okay, so the company also had to deal with a class action discrimination lawsuit filed by former and current female employees. The lawsuit alleged that women were being paid less than their male counterparts, and that managers complained that they were insufficiently feminine. Managers complained they were insufficiently feminine. I don't know the details of the lawsuit. I just know the lawsuit exists. Princell here, CEO and president and CEO, he was a veteran news executive who once headed CNN's U.S. operations, the African-American man, Princell here. He was brought in after the launch and made the channel look more like established cable news outlets, mixing breaking news coverage during the day with opinion programs at night. Princell here signed several big-name hosts, including New York Times opinion writer Charles Blow, who had Prime with Charles Blow. He came on at 10 p.m. And former Atlanta TV anchor Sharon Reed. Okay, so that was Start Your Day with Sharon and Mike, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Sharon Reed. I mean, that was a good show. Sharon Reed is fine as hell, too. The channel also gave a daily voice to commentators such as Aisha Moody Mills. Her show was 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Dr. Mark Lamont Hill, he was 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. And Naira Hawk. So Naira Hawk was on with Dale Walters. So she's on like at 6 p.m. and she would sit in for other people also. And she dealt with like some international news as well. Naira Hawk. Yodit Tawalde, who's an attorney, she had Making the Case 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. She has some fantastic legal analysis. So she had a show that dealt with news stories that pertain to law. Okay, so whether it's the R. Kelly trial, Ahmaud Arbery, Derek Chauvin, all different types of things like this. She had a good show as well. The channel distinguished itself with wide, in-depth coverage of the trial of Derek Chauvin and the killing of George Floyd. Also with the Ahmaud Arbery and the 3 white men who killed Ahmaud Arbery. They had excellent coverage on location in Brunswick, Georgia. And then also had gavel-to-gavel coverage of the Ketanji Brown Jackson hearings as well. So I encourage everybody to go to their YouTube channel and watch that content because you can learn a lot from it. Okay, so hopefully something good comes from this. Hopefully, now the other thing is, so as I said yesterday, when I was on Roland's show on Friday, he said that it was told to him that Byron Allen offered $30 million to buy the Black News Channel, but Shahid Khan put in $50 million. So he's not going to take 30 because he's losing 20. Roland said Shahid Khan wanted $100 million because billionaires, they ain't in the business of losing money. So if you put in 50, you're not going to take 30. The other thing is, if somebody were to buy the Black News Channel, they would acquire the debt. And I don't know how much that debt is. We know that they're filing for bankruptcy. Okay. But if they were to buy the Black News Channel, they would acquire the debt along with the Black News Channel as well. So, you know, it's just sad, but this is what happens when you don't have the right structure. You don't have a good marketing plan. The business is not structured properly. They should have launched as a digital streaming service as opposed to a linear cable network. And when you try to grow too fast also and burn through cash too quickly and increase expenditures too quickly. Okay, so check out those articles. All right, now, I want to go, okay, this last piece here, this is dealing with Lupita Nyong'o. I watched some of the documentary today. Now, how many people heard about this documentary? It aired on Smithsonian Channel. Lupita Nyong'o's documentary, Warrior Women. Okay. Now, we all remember Lupita Nyong'o, Nikita in Black Panther. That's why I'm wearing my Black Panther shirt today. It's Chadwick Boseman, Black Panther. The African female warriors in Black Panther, the Dora Milaje, they are based upon the African female warriors from Dahomey. Okay, the African female warriors from Dahomey, where modern day Benin is. So I saw this article from when I posted about it on our Facebook page today. I posted a video from Lupita Nyong'o's Instagram page, and I posted this article a few days ago. This is from theroot.com, came out March 22nd. Black Her Story, Lupita Nyong'o to explore Black warrior women in documentary on Smithsonian Channel. Okay. Lupita Nyong'o to explore Black warrior women in documentary on Smithsonian Channel. So I was able to watch about the documentary is an hour. I was able to watch about 20 minutes of it today because I was preparing other content for this show. So I recorded it. I'm going to watch the rest of it. It looks really good. And she went to Benin. Okay. So a lot of it shot on location in Benin. There's a article from also. So here's Lupita Nyong'o, beautiful sister. The real life warrior women who inspired the Dora Milaje in the 2018 hit film Black Panther will soon be the center of a new documentary. Per a press release sent to the root.com, the Smithsonian Channel will help close out Women's History Month, aka Black Her Story Month, with this new feature called Warrior Women with Lupita Nyong'o. Warrior Women with Lupita Nyong'o, which is set to tell the story of the phenomenal women in Africa who fought to protect their beloved kingdom. The documentary's official description per press release is Academy Award winner Lupita Nyong'o goes on an emotional epic journey to Benin, West Africa, to uncover the extraordinary neglected story of the little known but highly formidable Agoji warrior women, the fearsome warriors of the kingdom of Dahomey. For centuries, this special army force protected the rulers of the richest kingdoms in Africa, Dahomey, until a bitter defeat in 1892 disbanded them forever, or did it? Follow Nyong'o on this immersive and epic journey into the past to uncover the real story of the remarkable female fighters that helped inspire the Dora Milaje. Okay. Now this is, let's see, I'll go to, let's see if we can pull this up here. Deadline.com also has an article on this. And there's a piece from Time Magazine that came out some time ago. Let me see which year is this. This gives some background information on the Dora Milaje. Now, and I studied them. This is from February 22nd, 2018. I studied them when I was doing my research on the film Black Panther, preparing for my lectures that I did on the film Black Panther. Okay. So remember General Okoye and the Dora Milaje. The uniforms of the Dora Milaje are inspired by the Maasai of Kenya. Ruth Carter, who was the costume designer for Black Panther, she spent 6 months studying African culture. And she studied 11 different African cultures, and she infused that into the film Black Panther. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up, I'm going to go to my presentation on Black Panther, because I have a section in there dealing with the Dora Milaje also. Let me see which one is this. That's 177 slides. This is okay. We'll pull that up also. All right. So let me go to Facebook, because I want to go to this this post about the documentary that's on Lupita Nyong'o's Instagram page. Let's see.
Of the Dahomey Kingdom, a formidable all-female army that protected their kingdom from invasion and also served as inspiration for the Dora Milaje in the film Black Panther. It is my pleasure now to share with you that you will soon be able to watch Warrior Women on A few years ago, I traveled to Benin in West Africa to make a documentary about the warrior women of the Dahomey Kingdom, a formidable all-female army that protected their kingdom from invasion and also served as inspiration for the Dora Milaje in the film Black Panther. It is my pleasure now to share with you that you will soon be able to watch Warrior Women on Smithsonian Channel in the US to learn more about one of the world's greatest female armies. Now, here's your first look.
Seatbelts. The Dora Milaje are the special army force of women. They are the special forces that protect the king, and so they are the highest, most, revered. They have a character that's warrior woman and a spy.
But what I didn't know was that our fantasy heroines have roots in a real all-female army who fought for powerful kings here in Benin, West Africa from the early 18th century.
I think it's kind of a travesty that such a formidable group of women is not known about.
So I'm making my own journey to see what I can uncover about these warrior women for myself. It's my first time in this part of Africa.
Ooh, désolé, man.
To investigate one of history's great untold stories.
All right. So that is preview of Warrior Women. Okay. Check out this article here from time.com, Time Magazine. There's a true story behind Black Panther's strong women. Here's why that matters. And they talk about the Dora Milaje. And Dora Milaje means adored ones. Dora Milaje means adored ones. They're the all female military group that protects the king of Wakanda and the fictional nation of Wakanda. And we know Wakanda is a real word. Wakanda means possesses secret powers in the Omaha Ponca and Native American language. And Omaha Ponca is Sioux Indian language. They are perhaps the most obvious example of female strength, the Dora Milaje. In their initial appearance, the priest narrator describes the female bodyguards as deadly Amazonian high school karate chicks who were also the king's wives wives in training. While many have speculated about the inspiration behind these warriors, it is clear that one of their main antecedents was the famous all-female African military corps of Dahomey, West Africa, now the Republic of Benin, whom the French dubbed Dahomey Amazons after female warriors in Greek mythology. Some experts believe that the first such regiment, which emerged sometime in the 17th century, comprised of hunters called Beto, Gbeto, while others contend they were recruited from among the king's many wives. As Sylvian Serban describes in The Women Soldiers of Dahomey, these warriors can be difficult to categorize as their names were based on a woman's weapons expertise and unit to which she was assigned. Whatever their origin, the king was always surrounded by armed women in public and private life. By the end of the 19th century, an estimated 4,000 women, many of whom began their training as teens, were among the Dahomey military ranks. In times of war during the transatlantic slave trade and in the fight against French colonialism, Dahomey female warriors were the last line of defense between the enemy and the king, writes Serban, and were prepared to sacrifice their lives to protect him. Okay, read the rest of this. We'll talk about this some more on tomorrow's show. And I'm going to pull up. Let me see here. Did we get this up? Okay, I brought up my presentation. Let's look at this. I have the Dormology in here. Okay, yeah, right here. Let's go to this here. We see the Dormology. My lecture dealing with the film Black Panther is available at our website, AfricanHistoryNetwork.com. Okay, I think it's $10. It's almost a 3-hour presentation. Okay, so we see the Dormology there. And so the Dormology were introduced in Black Panther Volume 1, came out in 1998. The adored ones, the brides, Dormology means adored ones, the brides in training to the king of Wakanda. The fearsome Dormology have long been a feature of Black Panther comics, but the all-female military unit are believed to be inspired by a real-life version of female soldiers which existed from the 1600s in Dahomey, present-day Republic of Benin in West Africa. In the movie, the group is led by American Zimbabwean actress Danae Garura and primarily acted as bodyguards to King T'Challa. However, in their day, the Dahomey Amazons, as they were named by Western historians, fought wars for the kingdom, most notably against colonial French forces. Here's an actual picture. They were known as the Hosi or Mino. The article refers to them as a Gosi. So you'll see 2 or 3 different names for them. Okay. All right. So we'll talk some more about this on tomorrow's show. Once again, give us a thumbs up, give us a heart, give us a like on this broadcast if you like this. I can't do this show without your support. So I appreciate all the support over the years. It's been 12 years. I never thought I'd be on radio. I never thought I'd be doing this show 12 years. It's been 12 years. If you like this type of information, you can support the African History Network, $, the AHN show through Cash App, $, the AHN show through Cash App, also through PayPal, paypal.me/the AHN show. That helps us keep doing the research, stay on the air, keep broadcasting. So that helps out a lot. Also, you can register for the online courses. I teach on Saturdays and Sundays, and you can use this information with your children also. I would say the information is PG-13. We have it at our website, AfricanHistoryNetwork.com. On Sundays, I teach ancient Kemet, the Moors, and on Saturdays, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, ancient Kemet, the Moors, and the Maafa, understanding the transatlantic slave trade, what they didn't teach you in school. Next class is Saturday, April 2nd, 2022. We do the sessions live. All the sessions are archived and recorded. You can go back and watch anytime. Even after the class is over with, you can still have full access. On Sundays, it's from the Civil War to the Civil Rights Movement and Black Power, 1865 to 1968. Now, we have a bundle pack where you can register for both classes for $100. Okay, both classes is a $260 value. We'll post this here as well. There's also bonus content, archive content you can watch as well. Okay, all right. So that's ancient Kemet, the Moors, and the Maafa, understanding the transatlantic slave trade, what they didn't teach you in school. All right, we have to get out of here. Remember, at the African History Network, we focus on educating, empowering, and inspiring people of African descent throughout the diaspora and around the world. Because right now, let's correct your own behavior. It's not over till we win. Wakanda forever. And also, if you want to advertise with the African History Network, email me at ahnshow@africanhistorynetwork.com if you want to advertise with the African History Network. Because our current promotion is buy 1 month, get 2 months free also, if you want to advertise with us. Remember, right now, let's correct your own behavior. It's not over till we win. Wakanda forever. Hopefully, I'll see you all on tomorrow's show. Once again, we're here Monday through Friday, 11 p.m. to midnight Eastern Standard Time. Sundays, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have the information at our website as well. And wherever you get you can listen to audio podcasts of our shows also. Wherever you get your audio podcast from, search for the African History Network show. We're on 10 different audio podcast platforms. Download the iHeartRadio app. Search for the African History Network show, because I have a channel there. They have about 300 of my podcasts there. And also you can listen to 9:10 a.m. Superstation WFDF. That's me in the studio. 9:10. I was broadcasting from home because of COVID. But